answer them. Can everybody hear me okay? Is it all right? Okay. So I'm looking out, that's a good start. I'm very humbled to see everybody that's here and to come out and support me. I really am. It means a lot to me. I want to thank Scott and Bader and the owners of the restaurant here for allowing us to have this here. Obviously, there's some pizza here. Feel free to eat, order beverages. Please make sure you take care of our wait staff. They're working pretty hard back there for everybody. So I'm going to start by giving everybody a little bit of background. I was born and raised here in Winnebago County. When I was little, I grew up right over there on Langley Road until I was 10 years old. This is why it's really important. Number one, we're here in a local restaurant. And number two, this is where I grew up. I used to run around this neighborhood with several other little boys. We'd be up sun up to sundown playing football and baseball on this very field that we're standing on before the mall was here, and even after it was built. So, pretty cool to be here, standing here today. In 1990, I was 17 years old. I began my journey to serve our community in law enforcement roles. While preparing my life for community service, I worked full and part-time in the private security industry and attended Rock Valley College. At the age of 19, I did an internship with Loves Park Police Department. There were officers during that internship that left a lasting impression on me, and this further solidified my passion for this journey. In February of 1996, at the age of 22, I was honored to start my career with the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office as a corrections officer. 2 years later, I was sworn in as a Winnebago County deputy and excited to attend the Police Training Institute in Champaign, Illinois. I served my first 10 years of my patrol career right here in McChesney Park. During my time in the Patrol Bureau, I served as a field training officer. I was one of the original members of the Winnebago County SWAT team. Served as a certified FBI firearms instructor. Served as a team leader with the SWAT team. Was a certified instructor in basic SWAT, advanced SWAT, and rapid deployment tactics. And took part in instructing several training classes in Winnebago County region. Under Sheriff Myers, I worked in the street crimes unit that focused on conducting proactive police work to target the most problematic crime issues. After a little over 10 years in various roles in patrol, I was promoted to sergeant by Richard Myers, by Sheriff Myers. As sergeant, I gained leadership and management experience by leading patrol shifts, working on special assignments, heading the street crimes unit, and supervising the 911 center as a dual role. In 2014, prior to Sheriff Richard Myers' retirement, I earned a spot on the list for the rank of lieutenant. In 2016, I was promoted to lieutenant and appointed to deputy chief by Sheriff Garrett Caruana. During this time, my responsibilities within the department expanded a substantial part of the day-to-day operations, which included strategic planning of the day-to-day patrol operations, management of the whole department fleet, overseeing the honor guard team, procurement of equipment, overseeing the K-9 unit, the regional accident reconstruction team, the explosive ordnance disposal team, the field training unit, and the SWAT team. To make me even busier, I was a liaison for the Illinois Department in Law Enforcement Alarm System, which is known as IAS. I was a member of the Administrative Negotiations Team for the Fraternal Order of Police, union contracts. In 2023, I worked with the SWAT commander and team leaders to create a manual of standard operating procedures for the SWAT team. After review by the Winnebago County State's Attorney Civil Division, the first ever SWAT standard operating procedure manual was implemented. This manual establishes guidelines for tactical responses to the most dangerous situations our advanced trained personnel deal with. A little bit of my educational background. Sorry. Pages are sticking together. A little bit of my educational background includes an associate's degree from Rock Valley College in police science. I received the FBI Law Enforcement Executive Development Association Trilogy Award, which includes successful completion of the Command Leadership Institute, the Supervisor Leader Institute, Leadership Institute, and the Executive Leadership Institute. Successfully completed several courses with the National Tactical Officers Association to include SWAT Command and Leadership and Risk Management of SWAT. I'm a graduate of the Northwestern University Center for Public Safety School of Police Staff and Command, class number 410, and a graduate of the FBI National Academy, class number 278 in Quantico, Virginia. In August of 2023, after 27 and a half years of successful service, I retired from the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office to focus on to the next step in my career, which brings us here today. Since my retirement, I've remained active working in the private security sector and preparing for the next steps in my career. I've spent my whole adult life working at the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office. I care about the success of our community, the success of the Sheriff's Office, and the people at the Sheriff's Office. I'm very much aware of the history of our communities within Winnebago County. I want to see our community be successful. I have also remained active attending county board meetings on a regular basis. Last August, I had lunch with the current sheriff. I was excited to have lunch with Gary that day because the whole purpose was to share my decision that I was going to run for sheriff in the next election. I asked him what his intentions for the next election for 2026, expecting to say he was going to retire. This meeting went in a very different direction. Gary informed me that, quote, he was not done yet, unquote. He said he was going to run for a fourth term. I was surprised to hear this from him. Anyone that knows me would expect me to be very honest in that moment. I told him I have a lot more to offer our community. From that point, and I'll leave the rest out. From that point on, things were a little awkward, but I was not going to waste a good lunch. We finished our lunch, and that was the end of our meeting. Since that meeting, I've had a lot of meetings with community members, business owners, and leaders throughout our community, and have received very positive feedback. The average tenure across the nation for a sheriff is 11 years. The average tenure of a police chief is about 4 years. The current sheriff has been sheriff of Winnebago County since December of 2014. Do the math. While I acknowledge that not everything the current sheriff has done is negative, it is important to note that Gary and his supporters believe he and his supporters believe he has built an efficient law enforcement agency. However, the reality is that his lack of law enforcement experience has had a detrimental impact on the community. There are several issues that need to be addressed to improve the transparency and efficiency of the Sheriff's Office. Transparency requires a comprehensive approach, but Gary's current policies and leaderships do not achieve this goal. I am very informed in the current affairs and plans within Winnebago County government and continue to stay current with resolutions, policies, and current affairs. The best way I can contribute to the success of the community is serve as your next Winnebago County Sheriff. It is time to have an experienced, career-oriented law enforcement officer lead the next generation in Winnebago County. This is why I am officially announcing that I will be running for Winnebago County Sheriff. The general election will be held November 3rd, 2026. Again, thank you all for being here and your support. I've identified a substantial list of issues within the Sheriff's Office that I plan to address to benefit our community and to enhance transparency. Though time does not permit me to discuss each issue today, there's a lot. I will outline 6 major issues that will be resolved within the first 90 days of my leadership. Number one, I will control wasteful spending. There is evidence of wasteful spending, misuse of grant money, misuse of taxpayer funds, and unethical expenditures. I will restore the financial integrity of the office and put safeguards in place to prevent future abuses. Number two, risk mitigation. Risk is inherent in law enforcement, but the current sheriff's practice regarding adherence to department policy, ethics, state and local laws, purchasing habits, and hiring and retention practices have resulted in significant financial costs to the county. These include lawsuits related to liability, property damage, and wrongful death cases. Following proper laws and policies could help mitigate these costs. I will reduce the impact of potential risk by focusing on enhanced training, professional development, threat assessment, data-driven decision-making, strong partnerships, proactive safety measures, and enforcement of policies. Number three, combat crime issues. Since 2015, articles and FBI crime data have shown Rockford is one of the most dangerous cities in Illinois and the United States. The issue impacts all communities in Winnebago County. Despite leadership efforts, overall rankings have not significantly changed. Even with a reported decline in crime, even with a reported decline in crime by the Rockford Police Department, Rockford and Winnebago County remains high on various crime lists. And I do applaud Mayor McNamara and Chief Red for their efforts in continuing to do what they're doing. The downhill trend is there, and they're doing their part, but they need some partners. I will utilize my specialized training to implement innovative and best practices to help combat the crime issue. Number four, pretty big one, accountability and transparency. Accountability and transparency starts at the top of an organization. There's a severe lack of accountability and transparency within Gary Caruana's administration. I will ensure accountability and transparency is a standard that will be upheld across the agency. I will eliminate unlawful and workplace quid pro quo politics. Change and improve hiring practices. This is number five. The hiring standards at the Sheriff's Office have been notably relaxed, and hiring people for favors and political gain are commonplace. There are current and former individuals on staff with backgrounds that raise concerns. I will implement policies and practices to ensure the best qualified people are being hired and promoted. And finally, being present in Winnebago County and within the community at the Sheriff's Office. Being present is not the same as being available. The Sheriff is responsible for making key decisions regarding numerous decisions that affect the community and personnel, which often require immediate attention. I will be present in the community and the Sheriff's Office daily as law enforcement leader, not a politician. That's the top 6 issues that I will change within the first 90 days. Like I said, I have a roadmap and there's many, many more. I am committed to working tirelessly to prove why I'm the better choice for sheriff. Our citizens deserve a superior choice in the next election. While beating an incumbent poses challenge, I am confident that with perseverance, determination, and community support, we can bring positive change to Winnebago County. This is my pledge to our community. As your sheriff, I will leverage decades of experience in law enforcement and foster a safe, secure, and resilient Winnebago County. I am dedicating to building trust within our communities through open communication, transparency, and proactive policing. By prioritizing collaboration with residents, local organizations, and fellow law enforcement agencies, I intend to create effective strategies that address crime, enhance public safety, and uphold the values of justice and integrity for all of our citizens. I will appreciate and need your support. Please vote Don Barcellona for Sheriff November 3rd, 2026. There's a couple of things. You know, throughout a career, go off script, but that's fine. Throughout a career, you have so many people that touch and have an effect in your growth, right? And I'll tell you, most of the people, I've had some leaders at the top level, but most have been sergeants and regular deputies and corrections officers. So that helps you grow to your next step. And I will tell you, Hank Wright right here, when I was in the jail, started in 1996, Mr. Wright here took me under his wing, and he said he saw in my eyes, he goes, that young guy, he said it looked like I was in a little culture shock. So he's like, yeah, he's a little green behind the ears. But Hank, from 1996, when I was in the jail, kind of took me under his wing. There's others throughout the room as well. I don't want to embarrass, and past and present. So that it's very, very huge, and I'm glad Hank made it today. Hank's been retired for quite some time, and I won't embarrass him with his age, but he's very. I can. Well, Hank, you're 83, right? Yeah. All right. So with that, I just want to thank my wife Becky and my son Nick. They have been supportive throughout my whole career. Both continue to provide support, which has contributed to my professional success. And thank everybody for coming. I really appreciate this, means a lot. And over the next 18 months, I talk facts and truth, and it will be revealed. And people will have a choice November 3rd, 2026. When I display the facts, you can decide what you want to believe. But people are going to have a chance to vote for a new sheriff in November, and that hasn't happened very often. That's all I have. Thank you all. I will open up. If anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I've given the media some packets. You got a copy of my speech. Tear it up. Just quote it from my speech. That way
I'll ask you.
Yeah.
You mentioned transparency
Yes, sir.
several times.
Yes.
What are you referring to there? What are you talking about? What does that look like to you?
Mr. Kolke here from the Rockford Register asked, what does transparency look like? Transparency is truth. When things go good, you're out, look at the Facebook page of the sheriff's office. Okay, it's marketing. That's all it is. You have to take the wins and the losses together, right? We're all human, mistakes happen, but you have to be transparent when those mistakes happen. And I think that's a big thing. You cannot just celebrate successes, because we're human and we all mess up, but you need to get out in front of that, and you can't hide them. And there's a lot being hid. Stay tuned the next 18 months. Anybody else want a question? Anybody? I will always be available. I have some handouts, got a website, Facebook page. My phone number's on my business card. I answer calls. It's always been my philosophy. Anything that came into the office always gets a phone call back. I don't care who it is or what, but they will get a phone call back. You call my phone number, you will get attention. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer than other times, but you will receive a phone call. So feel free, follow my website. Of course, I throw this out there too. It's going to take a lot of support from the community, and I plan on being out there and being transparent and proving what I am. And you're going to see that you get what you see is what you get. So I do encourage everybody just to kind of pay attention, and I really encourage everybody to kind of look me up on the website, ask about me. I encourage it, right? But not everybody's liked by a leader. That happens, right? But hold people to the fire, and if you have expectations, that's what people are looking for. You have to have expectations. So the people that usually don't like people with expectations are the people that don't do their job. So, any other questions or comments, anything? Well, we got a little time.
So you mentioned that we are currently on a downhill trend with crime in the area, but Rocker's still one of the most dangerous cities in the state of Illinois.
Yes.
What's your plan to combat the criminals and the rising amounts of criminal activities that we see in the county and the city?
Well, it's, number one, this is kind of a complex question. But basically, if nobody heard them, what am I gonna do? What do I plan on doing to help combat the crime? It's a really complex issue. Number one, there's, law enforcement's a spoken wheel. We're only one part of it, right? You have the judges, the attorneys, you have the jails, there's just a host. But what I will do is you have to collaborate with the community a lot better, and you have to work with your law enforcement partners a lot better. Eagle's gotta go out the door, and you gotta do what's right for public safety. And at the end of the day, that's what you do. I could sit and talk to you, and I know him from work, and we can sit, and he knows it, I'll talk his ear off. But it's a really complex question with a very, very long answer. That was just a short version. Mike?
My background is I currently work part-time for a private security firm based in Love's Park. And I know that the FBI training is very important in the law enforcement field. It's a very expensive training as well. Does your opponent, Mr. Caruana, have any training at the FBI training facility? I assume that's the one in Quantico, Virginia?
Yeah, I'll answer that. Yes, he does. He's been to Quantico.
But the fact that he promoted you to your last position as a deputy chief means that you were next in line to become sheriff, in essence, correct?
No, that's not correct. There's a lot of politics that go into play, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. No.
And you know, I mean, you know, we'll get the elephant out of the room. I don't know if anybody got to read the Rockford Register-Star article, but it said that I was disgruntled. Far from it. That's Gary's MO. When he's threatened, he says that you're a disgruntled employee. So, yes, sir.
Can you talk about fraudulent spending that we have? Can you elaborate on that?
I have a book with a lot of truth and fact, and I've identified millions in some wasteful spending over the years. It's going to come out over time. I don't think this is the time or the place, but I will. Trust me, it will come out. I just don't want to do it here. And again, sir, I just want you to know, if I'm telling you it, it's true. There's facts to back it up, okay? Number one, if you don't have integrity and you start lying to the public and people, what else you got? Your word's nothing. So I'm not gonna say anything I can't back up. Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on concealed carry going forward, you know, on the personal side, obviously?
You know,
And how, you know, is it supported in law enforcement? Is it, kind of curious how law enforcement looks at it.
Sure. I'd love to answer this too, because I can tell you my perspective from when it first came out to where we are today. Initially, when they were first doing the concealed carry, law enforcement in a whole was like, oh, I don't know, I'm not going to the street. But I can tell you we're at ease with that, and I can tell you particularly I'm at ease with it, because why would we not have our law-abiding citizens carry a gun? Because the criminals are illegally, right? So, with that said, there's only certain things as a sheriff can do. You have three branches of government, right? Executive, legislature, right, and judicial. So, I'm not the one that legislates, right? Whatever the laws are, I'm the sheriff, I enforce laws, right? And I do, and I look out for the constitutional rights, case law, and that's my job, is to know case law, and I study case law very thoroughly.
I was coming back from Chicago a month ago for my client, and I was stopped on 90 coming on the ramp, going on to 90. was taking a call and writing down the notes, and a squad pulled up, and it was around Elgin area. And he came up, asked for my, when I get in the truck, for my wallet in the center console, firearm was there. So I told him when he came in, that, hey, looking up, my truck's big, my firearm's right there. When I told him that, and he grabbed my wallet, it was almost like he was at ease. I didn't know,
Yep. We respect that, we really do.
That's kind of what I was,
No, we respect that, and I'm for it, I mean, that's your right, that's, as long as you're following along.
My wallet wasn't sitting right on it, I wouldn't have said
Yeah.
it.
No, I think that's awesome, and by the way, what people probably don't know, if you do have a legal concealed carry through running plate in your restaurant, we know that, it comes up.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right, enjoy everybody, please take care of your servers and everybody, I look forward to serving everybody as your next sheriff.